Greetings, everyone. I've got some pretty important news to report. This is news that we've all been hoping for. There was a lot of speculation among the Beatles fan community, and now it looks like we're going to be getting a lot of our dreams probably coming true. I just got a little tip from my partner and co host of Talk More Talk, Tom Hunyadi. He alerted me to a magazine article. The magazine, and you'll have to excuse me, folks, this is going to be a little rough here because I'm going to do it on the fly. The magazine is called Recording, the magazine for the recording musician. Okay, and contained in this article is an interview that was done with Paul Hicks, Simon Hilton, and Sam Gannon. And these were the people responsible for the new Gimme Some Truth, the Ultimate Mixes, the John Lennon release that everybody's really excited about and most people are really loving. And within this interview, there's so much that was discussed, questions were asked, but perhaps the most important thing that we can glean from this is that it's been pretty much confirmed that there are going to be work on future John Lennon Ultimate Mix box sets covering John's whole career. And it was confirmed that they've already done, as we kind of all knew, the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band set. That's done. But now they're going to go forward and they're going to be doing others. And here's some of the stuff that I'm going to read from the actual interview. Simon Hilton says, I've worked with Yoko Ono for 17 years. He says, I'm the compilation producer and the production manager of the Ultimate Collection series. Yoko is our boss. Sean Ono Lennon is our producer and creative director, giving us incredibly concise and consistent direction throughout. Paul Hicks here is a legendary mixer, engineer, and producer. And Sam Gannon is also a mix engineer, producer, and musician. Simon goes on to say, I organized everybody and shouted at people. Sam did a lot of the background work assisting Paul. And Paul's really the rock star in all this, mixing and engineering these mixes in record time, excuse me. And it says here, Paul says, I decided to go freelance, continue from there. I've done McCartney stuff, and Paul continues to say, and now I'm mostly doing Lennon and Harrison projects, Lennon and Harrison. So not only is this exciting news that the Lennon remixing series is going to continue, but he's mentioning that he's mostly doing Lennon and Harrison projects. Now, it doesn't say anything more specific for George Harrison, but that's really a step in the right direction. And this is kind of a confirmation because these are official interviews. Then it says stuff like the question was asked, how this came to be. These were new tape transfers directly from the master reels. Questions asked. I can't read the whole article, but then Simon goes on to answer. We're very lucky. The majority of the tapes are in the vault at Abbey Road, where we had some tapes in New York, and so on, and how that went. As I say, I'm just winging it here, folks. This is really quick. Most of the interview is saying how it came to be doing the Give Me Some Truth collection and how, Sean and Yoko decided what they wanted to be on this and some decisions to go with and stuff. And I want to get to the parts where it says about other stuff here. It says, he does say, Simon says, we did Imagine in 2018 and we've done Plastic Ono Band, which is currently secret. Not anymore, it's not secret. So that's official. Yoko was very involved in how all of that was set up and how the work was divided up, and she set the parameters for it as a series. So, and it says here how somewhere along the line, I know it says that Yoko wanted to do Imagine first because, it's the most commercial album. And I've always said myself that Imagine to Yoko and for John Lennon is kind of like the way Apple Records thinks in terms of Sgt. Pepper being the Beatles' big signature album or masterpiece. So that's why they always seem to stick with that. And it says here, one of Yoko's big things, Simon continues to say, was one of Yoko's big things was bringing out John's voice. You know, she wanted to bring out John's voice. We know this. But as I say, most of this is just excitement, talking about the new set, Give Me Some Truth, and what went into it and how it was made and everything. But the real take from this and the purpose of this video, again, not to keep repeating myself, is finally, as I scroll and read and talk at the same time, finally we know now this is going to happen. If this interview came out and these gentlemen are discussing this, I think it's pretty safe to say we're all going to get our wish. So the dream is not over when it comes to this, and I'm just very excited about this. I'm scrolling through quickly. I wish there was more information about the George Harrison mention that he said. It was very brief, and that's all he mentioned. But it says here again, Yoko decided very purposefully to do Imagine first. It's the most commercial album, but it also has a very defined sound to it that stands beautifully on its own. It doesn't have the emptiness that Plastic Ono Band has, and it doesn't have the mud that Sometime in New York City, Mind Games, and Walls and Bridges have, and it doesn't have the 80s feel of Double Fantasy and Milk and Honey. And it says, when we get to the later albums, not if, when we get to the later albums, there'll be a need for some bold decisions, because I don't think that we'll want to recreate that soupy world they inhabited. Rather than polishing the diamonds, I think we're going to be looking at recutting the diamonds slightly to make them even more beautiful. And you know, the original mixes still exist. And then Paul says, we're always trying to be respectful of the originals. And Simon continues, 100%. We're always thinking and debating. What would John do? What would Yoko do? What's the best for the track? We want to put John Lennon songs in front of a whole new audience that will love and interpret them in new ways. Wait until you hear the Atmos mixes. I hope I pronounce Atmos correct. That's it, folks. Okay. Discuss. Thank you.